Okay, hello again all. Time to look at the sky again and see what's up. Tonight we're looking at Jupiter, and four of the Galilean moons. It's in conjunction with a star, and I'll be back to talk a little more. Just wanted to let you know that the live stream has started, and I'll be back a little bit later, probably in 2 or 3 minutes, maybe 4, and we'll get the show on the road. But I want to go make a couple of checks to make sure we are streaming okay, and I will be back in about 3 or 4 minutes. Okay, I'm back. Looks like we're good to go. And Jupiter has slid off the screen, so I need to fix that. And once the picture stabilizes, you'll be able to see Jupiter and the 4 Galilean moons, plus a star that's going to be in conjunction with Jupiter in a very short period of time. That actually happens, I think about 14 hours from now. So what we'll be looking at is right before the conjunction of Jupiter, and it's called Nu Librae. It's a star in Libra, and it's not often that a star gets this close to Jupiter and then be in conjunction with it, where you can see it alongside the Galilean moons. Okay, let me stop this. It's a beautiful clear night tonight, not a cloud in the sky. Jupiter is about 30 degrees in the sky, 30 degrees from the horizon. The moon is just starting to rise. I can see it over the horizon. Now as Jupiter slowly gets back into the center of the screen, you'll be able to see it. That's this big white thing here. I've got the intensity turned up on it. That's why it's kind of bright and blurry, but if I don't, you don't see the moons. And let me see if I can get that center a little better. Now you can see Jupiter. This is Ganymede right here. This is Io. And once it gets centered a little more, I'll show you the other two moons of Galilean moons of Jupiter. And then the star that just happens to be in the vicinity of Jupiter tonight, because it's going to be a conjunction in about 14 hours from now. And that star is Nu Librae. Alright, here is Europa, Io, Ganymede, and here is the star down here. It's in the constellation Libra. It's the star Nu Librae. And we have one more Galilean moon we're waiting to get into the frame here. I'm in Central Florida. That's where we're observing Jupiter from this evening. And here it is. Here is Callisto. So we have all four of the Galilean moons. Now I'm going to circle all four with my mouse pointer. Here's Jupiter, and here is the star. Kind of has a little bit of a reddish color to it. Nu Librae. And it's not often you see a star that you can get in the same field of view as these Galilean moons and Jupiter. But that's happening tonight because there's a conjunction happening between Jupiter and the star, you know, in about 14 hours from now. So it's going to be less than 1/10 of a degree. This is only about 1/10 of a degree between here. It's actually less than 1/10 of a degree between the center of Jupiter and the star. That's pretty close. Arc second, 0.1 arc seconds. Not arc seconds, 0.1 arc degrees. 0.1 arc degrees between there and there. That's pretty close, 1/10 of a degree. And the moon is 1/2 a degree, or 0.5 degrees. So this is only about like 1/5 the distance of the diameter of the moon, just to give you an idea of the size we're talking about. Yeah. The field of view is 2/10 of a degree. That's from side to side or top to bottom is 2/10 of a degree. So we're about a little bit under 1/10 of a degree between the Jupiter and Nu Librae. That's a star in the constellation Libra. And okay, everything seems to be working fine. And back to full screen. And here you can see Jupiter and the four Galilean moons. It's Ganymede, Io, Europa, Callisto, and for one night and one night only, in the same field of view, is the star, and it is in the constellation of Libra. It is Nu Librae. and I'll just let this run for a while. 10-15 minutes, maybe I'll be back to talk a little more. But this is what we're looking at tonight. Something you won't see too often. All right, I'll just leave this running with this beautiful view. Looks like 5 Galilean moons is what it looks like. Kind of cool. All right, I'll be back a little later. Really good shot right now. If you haven't seen all these objects yet, here they are: Jupiter, Ganymede, Io, Europa, Cassilo, and our star tonight just happens to be in the vicinity as well. This is a star in the constellation Libra, called Nu Librae, and we're having a conjunction take place, or I should say will take place shortly, within about 14 hours from now. And for one night and one night only, you get to see almost looks like a fifth Galilean moon, you know, in the same field of view as Jupiter and its moons. It's something you don't see very often. And I'll be back a little later. I just pop in every now and then when I see something good, and let you know what everything is. And I'm going to come back in again because I've got a good stable picture right now. This is Jupiter. I've got the brightness turned up real high so we can also see the 4 Galilean moons, which are right here. And this is Ganymede, Io, Europa, and Cassilo. And down here is our star that happens to be in the picture tonight. That is Nu Librae. It almost looks like a 5th Galilean moon. How about that? Still looking pretty good. If you're just joining us, while the image is kind of stable right now, what we're looking at is a conjunction between Jupiter, which is right here, and a star, Nu Librae, which is right there. The conjunction actually takes place in about 14 hours. So this is the best night to look at it. Here you see the 4 Galilean moons. This happens to be Ganymede. This one's Io. This one's Europa. And this one is Castillo. And we have a 5th object seen near Jupiter for one night and one night only. This star here, Nu Librae. And there's not a cloud in the sky tonight. Beautiful night to be doing astronomy. And this is kind of an event you don't see very often. A star this bright, this close to Jupiter. This is only 1/10 of a degree, 1/10 arc degree between the star and Jupiter. And I'll be back a little later, probably one more time. I'll come back. Just wanted to get a good shot of this conjunction, and the actual conjunction takes place in the daytime, so I won't be able to actually get the closest approach, but we're pretty close tonight. So I'll come back one more time and wrap up the show. And until then, I'll try and get as stable a picture as I can. And what I'll do is I'll just lower the brightness so we get a good shot of Jupiter before we go. I've got it turned up high to see all the moons. I'll lower it just at the end of the show, see what kind of image we can get on Jupiter. Yeah, right there's a really good shot. The picture's kind of stable right now, and what we're looking at tonight is a conjunction between Jupiter and a star down here, which is Nu Librae in the constellation of Libra. Here we have the 4 Galilean moons. They're showing up really good right at the moment. I've actually watched Ganymede get a little bit closer. This is Io. It's actually got a little bit farther away as the nights progressed. So you have Ganymede, Io, Europa, and way out here is Castillo, and down here again is the star, which is going to make conjunction with Jupiter in about 13 hours from now. And it's only about 1/10 of a degree, 1/10 arc degree between Jupiter and the star, which is pretty close. Not too often you get to see a star this close to Jupiter. Let me try and see if I can keep Jupiter from sliding off the screen. That's better. And as like I say, it's not too often you get to see an object this close to Jupiter. It's about the same brightness as its moons. The moons are about 5th magnitude, and this star just happens to be a 5th magnitude star. So it almost looks like there's a 5th Galilean moon tonight. Of course it's not, but it gives that impression. Something you don't witness too often. Let me see if I can move it up a little bit. And should stabilize again. Pretty much at the end of the show. I just wanted to get a good shot of this conjunction. The actual conjunction, the closest approach of this star and Jupiter, occurs on May 3rd, which is what it is now. It's early in the morning on May 3rd. It's 17:45 UTC. That's in about 13 hours from now. And what I'm going to do now, we were really fortunate to have a nice clear night tonight too. The moon's starting to rise. It looks pretty nice. So anyway, this is about as good a picture we're going to get tonight of the conjunction. Just want to get a good shot of it where you can see actually the 4 Galilean moons, 1, 2, 3, 4, along with Jupiter. And this star is normally not in the picture when you're looking at Jupiter. So it's kind of something you don't see very often. This is Nu Librae. That's in the constellation of Libra, of course. And what I'm going to do now is I'm going to lower the brightness just to see if we can pick up some of the features of Jupiter itself. Of course, we'll lose the stars and the moons, but I'm just kind of curious what kind of picture we can get from Jupiter. And I'm going to go ahead and lower the brightness. Let's see what happens. Lower the exposure time, and see what kind of you can start to see some of the equator bands. See one of them. We're getting a few clouds. Just a tiny bit. So it's causing the brightness to change a little bit. A few clouds just started to roll in. First clouds I've seen since sunset. And that was about 6 hours ago. But there you can see band. Let's see. Yeah, if you look real closely, you can see the second band underneath too. The two equatorial bands that span the equator of Jupiter. Well, okay, that's all the commentary I'm going to do for tonight. I'm going to try and adjust the picture a little more and see if we can clear up Jupiter. And then after that, I will stop the live stream. Maybe the clouds will clear out just a little bit more and I'll get a good shot of Jupiter before I close down for the night. Thanks for joining us. Join us again next time.